right, we're good to go. G'day guys and girls. Welcome back to the Race Spec Esports channel. It's Sunday night, which means it is Regional Leagues night. And we're back once again for RS4, the penultimate round of the season. I do apologise for the little bit of the late starts. I was just getting myself a quick drink just to make sure I had the voice to get through this penultimate round of the season. But speaking of the penultimate round of the season, it brings us to the streets of Monte Carlo. 3.337 kilometres, 2.074 miles. Just the one DRS zone down the front straight as always. Pretty much like last time at Japan. 19 corners make up this track, 7 to the left and 12 to the right. Although, saying that, I was watching the real-life Monaco GP coverage last night in qualifying. Apparently it's 8 to the left and 11 to the right, so I don't know which one of those is correct. But let's get straight into the live action, shall we? Bring you to a bit of an overcast state of affairs here at Monaco by the looks of things. We're just under 10 minutes to go here in this qualifying session. We're seeing a few guys setting their lap times as we speak. We've got 15 drivers with us tonight, so it's a pretty decent turnout. I wasn't really sure how many people would be turning up, especially after last week's, well, shenanigans, let's just say that. But it's a good turnout, to say the least. And these guys obviously have got to be very, very cautious with each other, obviously, because obviously, you know, Australians, New Zealanders, and all the other internationals, it's all in one. The Race Spec Leagues, if you haven't already know that by now. So you gotta be very, very cautious as well when you're racing these guys. Or these guys, I know that very well. But currently, Ned Hug My Dog is currently leading the way at the moment at 9.139 at the moment in the Alfa Romeo. And Patuca in position 2 at the moment at 9.520. He's been the man at the moment so far as he gets a little bit wayward coming through the swimming pool. Oh, sorry, Louis Chiron chicane, I think that was, and he validates his lap time. Good thing about Monaco is I don't think tyre wear is a big issue around here, so it should be pretty simple. They got Grim Reaper currently 3rd at the moment, leading the Renault clan at the moment at a 10.389. There's Bags Liddell there in 4th at a 10.404. Kick Butt Kiwi in 5th with a 10.546. Banana Cake Pie in 6th in a 10.622. Will in 7th in a 10.638. Kurt Boy just dropped into 8th. 11.082. Metz in 9th and 11.7. And Rock with a 20.2, although that won't be a valid time. Although saying that, in the Formula 2 race, Alessio Deleta was way off the pace in qualifying out of the 107% bracket and still managed to start the race somehow. But even though he still finished last, I think, out of everybody after a couple of laps down, as the Rock improves it out to a 10.647. Still yet to see lap times at the moment. Here's our championship leader. Could be a potential champion tonight. We could see. We'll wait and see as he jumps into 5th there with a 10.336. So not too bad a lap time there for Scotty. Just pretty much, I think, needs to keep it clean this race. And well, obviously we'll have a look at the championship standings from last week a little bit later on while these guys work out what strategies they're going to start on. I don't really know what the weather forecast is either, so you can definitely tell it's a little bit overcast at the moment. So I'm still waiting on lap times for Schooner Matata. Half King there. He's back with us this week in the Haas. He did leave the lobby a little bit earlier on, just as we were getting to qualifying. So, and I've just sent him, obviously, sent him an invite and he's rejoined the looks of it. Jay Nacho's here as well, and Volcanic. He's here with us as well. Running in 15th at the moment. As always, let me know down in the live chat. Love to hear your thoughts. Hello to, I think it's to Ned. It's V Solex. I don't even know how you pronounce that, but anyway. Gavin, obviously, with the thumbs up. That was because of the message I sent earlier. And typical Banana with his banana cake pie emoji. Oh, that's a little bit of lag there. That's not what you like to see anyway. And that's never what you want to see either. Slight chance the lobby might die, though. That's never a good sign. Chance of rain towards back half the race, I think. Okay. I've got to remember this. Gavin, are you one of these races, or do you know one of these races by any chance? I can't remember off the top of my head, but I know you're a well-tuned-in listener to... a keen viewer of this anyway. So, but stuff from last week, if I could bring out, as I've just put out the thumbnail. So, yep, we'll not have a thumbnail. Hopefully the thumbnail is for Brazil will be out in time for the race, but won't be for this one, unfortunately. But it definitely will be for later on for RS1, which will be in about an hour and 12... hang on, I've got to do my maths here. An hour and 12 minutes from now, so... okay, fair enough. Reaper's dad and chief engineer. Fair enough. So, just as long as Grim can keep it clean throughout the whole race, that'll be the main thing, and just keep it off the walls, avoid any wing damage, and maybe up through penalties, then he'll be fine. So, it is usually the case around here. It's usually survival, basically. So, whoop, that was a little moment there for Batuka. Just touched the Raskas wall there as he's just on his outlap here, funnily enough. So that's an interesting line there. May as well jump aboard for a lap here. Hopefully the lag is not too bad as he, I think, pretty much nails Sandavot there. Didn't run over too badly. Sorry, I'm busy doing a couple of things at the moment here. I'm trying to bring up the rulings from last week. So can Batuka making inroads on Ned at the moment? He's got to make up about a bit under 0.4 of a second if he wants to start from pole position. Because it is very tricky, as it usually is, to pass around this circuit. So, but you never know. From what I saw early in the weekend, Pacific Tier 3 and 4, there's definitely a few passing opportunities. So don't rule it out. Today, Novell chicane we go. Obviously lag around a little bit because obviously Patuka is one of our international drivers. Might be one of the Euro drivers if I'm not mistaken. Oh, that's a bit wide there as that's, well, the lap's gone now. So he just have straight lines to the chicane there. No, not quite like what Charles Leclerc did in qualifying yesterday, but I'll see if I can whip through these penalty situations from last week. Where was this first one here? That's Spain. So hang on, let me have a look here. So there were a couple of incidents that were sent to the stewards, of course. Obviously the start line, as Patuka's actually retired from the qualifying, so he won't be setting any quicker lap times. We got that turn one incident, basically, that caused a whole lot, and Banana did not last about 300 metres down the road. It might have been a bit more, but I'm not great with my metres, as Ned now retires as well. So he feels like his lap time is pretty decent to hang on. As here we go with Grim. But Jay Nacho's got a 5-second time penalty and 1 licence point for that turn 1 calamity, let's just say that. Probably very lucky in the end to only cop a 5-second penalty. The one with incident between The Rock and Ecos Chris, which definitely caused a little bit of controversy. Chris copped a 10-second time penalty and 2 licence points, so I think he dropped a position. Oh, sorry, a couple of positions actually. But the important one to note was the one between Ecos Rick and Ned Hug My Dog. And see, Ned copped 2 separate 5-second time penalties for that incident, but I don't think he dropped the spot in the end because he had a fair enough margin. So he still managed to maintain his podium. So like I said, we'll have a look at the championship standings a little later on, as we're just up aboard here with Grim, who's actually starting to catch up to Kickbutt, who might have to get out of the road here. Although I was saying that, I think Grim might be not really on a fly because he's on 0% ERS. That. So we've got under 2 minutes to go here. Scotty actually has put in a good lap. He's just popped himself onto the front row of the grid, and that's not a bad starting position, if I must say so myself. See, so like I said, if Scotty can keep it clean and keep that margin above, well, basically 26 points, I think, or if he just finishes in a decent position, then he's got this championship in the bag, and we don't have to worry about taking the finale to Brazil. We've already wrapped up a few titles already so far. Remember, GeForce Crichton, as Will now retires in the pit lane, I believe. So GeForce Crichton, we crowned him champion in T1 of Japan. I think F1 Hawk is possibly champion in Pacific Tier 2, but I'm not sure where he claimed that title. When or where he claimed the title, but giving up his lap, yeah, it's fair enough. As Rock gets a 5-place grid penalty with Kurt Boy. Where's this at? Is he? Okay, got 2 grid penalties. Have I seen that right? So that one's going to cause a little bit of controversy here, but we'll focus on that a little bit later on. Metz has got a little bit of time left up his sleeve. This Bags Liddell's also setting a lap time on the look of it. Okay, Nacho's here. Not really. Let me just quickly check. Incidents. Right down the bottom here. Okay, so he's got 2 5-place grid penalties. Okay. Interesting. I only caught the back end of that one, so I apologise. But Nacho's must be going to start his last flying lap now. That's the wrong Ferrari I need to look at. I think they were looking at Kick Butt Kiwi, who's 7th currently at the moment. But he'll have enough time to do another flyer. It's only a 12.279, so he'll have time up his sleeve. As Skinner Batata's in the pit lane and will probably retire. Grim is also retired. He's in the pit lane. Banana comes in, so pretty much these guys qualifying is done and dusted. No one can catch Ned at the moment, so looking likely Ned may hold on for a pole position here. I think he's only set the 1 flying lap time, if I'm not mistaken. Let me have a look. Oh, so, okay, 2 lap times. My apologies. It's obviously Scotty's 3rd lap was good enough. His 1st lap was actually invalidated. So let's go back to Metz, who's actually invalidated himself. So let's see what his lap time would have been. It would have been a 10.970, which was not of improvement, I don't think. Although it just says a 10.7 now, so I don't really know at this point. What about Bags Liddell? He was showing some good speed last week. Can he put himself somewhere up in that top 3? Only 4th for Bags Liddell, so he'll start in the 2nd row of the grid. As Jay Nachos come across the line, I think he did improve, but stays 9th. What about Kickbutt? I think he's the last one as he just puts the power on too early coming out of Anthony Nodes, and that's his lap time done and dusted. He's got front wing damage, and that'll be qualifying here, ladies and gentlemen, for the Monaco Grand Prix. It's pretty much a short qualifying session. Like I said, I do apologise for that one. So, Ned, Hug My Dog, claims pole position here for the Monaco Grand Prix, and his championship rivals are top 2 in the standings, although it's the other way around in the standings, are on the front row of the grid. So that's not all bad news for Scotty. Patuka in 3rd, Bags Liddell in 4th, Banana in 5th, Schooner Batata 6th, Grim in 7th, Kickbutt in 8th, Jay Nacho's 9th on the mediums, so keep an eye on that one. Will in the top 10, and The Rock, who'll drop to the back of the grid in 11th, so Volcanic, Metz, Kurt Boy, Half King, and then obviously The Rock will be starting from position 15, obviously, because of the amount of penalties that he's got. So I'll take a quick breather while we've got a chance, while these guys work out their strategies. We'll be back very shortly. Back. I hope I've got the right standings on your screen right now. So, it's 48 points the difference between Scotty and Ned Hug My Dog in the championship. Now, like I said, the championship could be decided tonight. Basically, Scotty's got to make sure he doesn't get that margin below 26 or under 26 points. He's just keep it above 26 points, and he'll have this championship in the bag. Ned's really basically got to win the race, I think, have the fastest lap of the race, and hope Scotty has an absolute shocker just to keep the title going another week. Well, at least, anyway, I think that's basically his only shot, really, to keep it going. And he got Bags Liddell, who's making some good inroads, actually, in the championship. He's jumped to 3rd now in the standings, so that's not a bad place to be in the position right now where he is. Volcanic now in 4th, Banana in 5th, Patuka in 6th. So his winning run obviously started well, and it's sort of petered out a little bit the last few races. Then Will in 7th, Schooner Batata, Chubasaurus Rex, who's not with us tonight, and Grim Reaper rounds out your top 10. You can see where everybody else is up and down the standings. Constructors, I don't believe that'll be decided this weekend because there's only 11 points between Alfa Romeo and Haas. Well, I mean, they've got both the Haas drivers with us tonight, so that's probably not an all bad thing. I think basically all Half King can do basically is just score some decent points. And hope as a Scooter Matata and Grim get disqualified for a ship colliding with each other. Not on purpose, obviously, but I think they have a decent points haul. Well, of course, they're both Alpha drivers are here as well, so... But I doubt this Constructors' standings will be decided this weekend. It'll have to be probably Brazil will have to be decided. It's Alpha ahead of Haas, then Renault, Red Bull, Williams, Racing Point, McLaren, Mercedes, AlphaTauri, and Ferrari, who will probably be finishing last at this late stage of the season. So still minor placings up and down the standings. So hey, have a look at the tyre choice. So pretty much everyone in the top 10 will be starting on their tyres they set their lap time on, which will be softs for 9 of them and 1 for mediums, which is Jay Nachos. So outside the top 10, only Kurt Boy is starting on the soft compounder tyres. Everybody else, Volcanic, Mets, Half King and Rock are on the mediums. Of course, Rock obviously will start from the rear of the grid. Hopefully there's no heroics into Zandvoort, please. Although Jeff won't be telling them that because I think that's usually safe for career mode. So hopefully we get the lights going. Here we go. We got the 5 red lights for Monaco. Could we crown RS4 champion tonight? Away we go. It looks like a pretty good stuff in the pole set. And Batuka as well. So he's jumped up into second as we go through turn 1. As one of the Mercs has gone straight up the pit lane exit line there. So must have tried to avoid any carnage out of it. But I think we've managed to get through it all cleanly here. As we've already got a spectator glitch already. But ignore the fact that it says Scotty was leading the way. Yellow's in sector 1. There's carnage. Metz is in the wall. He's been spun around. Into the hairpin we go here. Oh, one of the McLarens goes deep. That's Jay Nachos. I think he's into the side of Graham, who's made into the wall. And there'll be a Constantina effect here. That probably word made no sense at all. A Constantina, I don't even know how to pronounce that word, to be honest. I've got to really learn, actually. But out of all that, those guys survive. But the main thing is the top few guys in the championship still survive. But still Ned, as we come through the swimming pool chicane, the area where Charles Leclerc and probably Max Verstappen are known to crash in the past couple of years for qualifying. They're through Rascas. The complete lap 1. And I did mention, obviously, earlier on, as Ned obviously says the fastest lap was 16.41, so leads the way by 0.7 of a second as Kurt Boy already into the pit lane very early on. Surprised nobody else actually in the pit lane. Metz is carrying on. So Kurt Boy going straight to the hard compounder tyres and a front wing change, obviously, but a lot of people looks like they're going to stick it out and carry on with the wing damage, but probably because, like I said earlier, there possibly is a chance of rain, as Gavin has mentioned, because he's obviously the father of Grim. There's potential for rain later in the race. You know, you never know with Codemasters games. The rain could come, but we could remain on dried compounder tyres, although we could maybe see intermediates later on. But Gavin already said that I don't know what the hell Nacho thought he was doing. Well, I don't really know either, to be honest. But anyway, I might be Stuart's inquiry after the race, but we'll have to wait and see. That's the wrong car I'm looking at, but it looks like everyone's sort of spacing themselves out here. That's all they've got to do here. Just keep it nice and clean. Don't do anything silly. Pretty much for Scotty, he's just going to just keep it nice and clean, have a decent race. He's got a good margin. As Ned says, a 12.727 to set the fastest lap of the race. 1.6 seconds now the margin as DRS is enabled, although that doesn't really matter too much because there's only just the one DRS down the front straight. Saying that, one of the Hasses has set the fastest lap now, 12.64. That's Half King. That's a not too bad lap on the mediums, mind you. Scream now comes in and chucks on the mediums. I thought for a second they looked like the Inters, but I think it's just the reflection on the car, but it's definitely a front wing change. It's a great angle to see a front wing change, Cody, so I've got to say. But that was an unscheduled stop for Grim, but he'll have to go long in the mediums. We'll have to see how long before potentially the wet weather comes, as you'll fall behind Kurt Boy in last place into the Novell chicane. Got to be very cautious here that you don't hit the entry wall there, as Patuka gets a 3-second time penalty. First time penalty of the race. That probably before cutting the Novell chicane, and that looked like a bit of a cut going through the Louis Chiron there. Swimming pool section. Plenty of corners to cut to get a warning. So that won't help Patuka, excuse me, if he wants to try and Yeah, past him. He's got the yellow light on. His net now sets a 12.536. New fastest up the race. Spags Liddell into the pit lane. Okay, this is an unscheduled pit stop here. Front wing change. I didn't think the front wing looked bad. No end plates missing, but must have been pretty badly damaged. But this is an unscheduled stop for Bags Liddell. He's going to drop behind Metz. Oh, never mind. Metz is actually going to come into the pit lane now and change that front wing himself. Well, he obviously had a damaged front wing, I think, earlier on, but now he's got a proper one, so it goes onto the softs. But he'll come out in pretty much fresh air in 12th, so it probably won't be too bad a thing. And of course, when obviously the other guys will pit later on, it might take a bit of an advantage, and it may pay dividends potentially for whenever the wet weather, if it does come later on. So here's Will. There's a bit of attack here from Half King. I think he's missing an end plate actually on that Haas. He is. And that Haas, sorry, I meant the Alfa Romeo actually. Actually, both of them actually are missing end plates, I think. Just need to double check. I need to have a look. This is not the camera shot. I mean, it's a great camera shot. Don't lie. Get me wrong. Actually, I'll take that back. Half King does not have an end plate missing. It's Will that's got an end plate missing. Yellow flags in sector 1 and 2. Kind of assume that was for Metz there, because he was the nearest car near that section, but got away with it. Scotty is apparently showing a lap down. I don't know why that is the case. He's still closing into the back of Patuka. 3.5 seconds, that margin already that Ned's pulled out to Patuka. He's pretty much doing all he can do. So Half King gets the second time penalty in the race, and now Volcanic joins him with another time penalty. So Rock's made up pretty much nearly all his spots back from what he was supposed to be in qualifying. Unfortunately, with the penalties. As there goes an end plate, as I say it. So there was a bit of ghosting there for, I think that was the Half King. So now he's missing a wing end plate there. This different on the left-hand side this time around. There's more yellows. Looks like Metz is having an absolutely fantastic day here. So he'll come in for another front wing change. He'll be nearly going a lap down at this rate. Looks like Banana is holding up a pack of McLarens here in the background in 4th place. Hopefully that graphic will fix itself up. It just says 1 lap for Scotty, but it's not. He's still 3rd. And Ned is literally putting the hammer down. 5 seconds now, that margin, as now it's fixed itself, so it's another 2 seconds back to Scotty, who's just keeping it nice and clean. He's got a good margin in front and good margin behind, as now Half King comes into the pit lane. This is an unscheduled stop. Metz went on for another set of softs, and he's gone a lap down, obviously. I think he's caught up in the mid-pack. Is he somewhere? Yes, he's in the Banana Cake Pie McLaren battle, I think. So Half King goes for a front wing change and a set of softs. And away he goes. So he'll probably come out. Might be tight between him and Grim, but I think might just come out. It'll be tight. You might see a Renault car coming down the front straight, but I think he'll come out just in enough time. Don't want to cross the pit lane exit there, otherwise you cop a warning and potentially later on penalties. But I think Metz is obviously trying to catch back up. Obviously he'll get the blue flags as he gets a 3-second time penalty for his troubles, but he's on fresh rubber obviously, so he'll start to pull away, so hopefully he can avoid getting those blue flag penalties. Ned now nearly getting that gap out to 6 seconds now from Patuka, so this is not doing too badly at all here for the Alfa Romeo. It was a little bit of a sideways moment, looked like, although that could have been lag. Volcanic gets a 3-second time penalty. Just closing up to the back of this group here, which is currently led by Will. We've got the Rock behind and Volcanic in 10th at the moment. So there's a 3-way battle, and there's another 3-way in the foreground with Banana Cake Pie just ahead of both McLaren lads of Vascuda Batata and Jay Nachos. Of course, on the mediums, so he might be one of those guys that is literally going to push on until maybe the wet weather hits, potentially. As he goes very deep into the hairpin onto the back of his teammate. Don't want to tangle. As the Rock clears Will, and Volcanic's going to clear Will as well. So I'm not sure whether he did that at Casino or whether he already did it just coming into Mirabeau Hate. I think it was. They've now cleared him, and now they'll try and chase after Kick Butt Kiwi, who's the next target in the other Ferrari in 7th. Ned absolutely flying at the moment. Will nearly have a good enough margin to maybe go for a pit stop to cover him so he doesn't get caught up in traffic. I mean, the worst thing to do is to pretty much stay. Well, I mean, come into the pit to do your pit stop, but then obviously you get caught up in traffic, and it may cost you big time. But everyone's keeping it clean at the moment. He's still got a front wing. Patuka in second, still at the moment. Still got his front wing, and Scotty been a nice and clean at the moment. Still at 2 seconds behind. Just toing and froing between he and Patuka, but got a nice margin. There's the Ferrari of Metz, I think that is, in the foreground. Yes, it is. So he's obviously trying to get his lap back. So if a safety car comes out, he may take a good advantage of that. As now, that was halfway. Half King just said a 12.313. Nearly said halfway King there for a second there, but like I said, Scotty's just keeping a nice margin, nearly 6.78 seconds between he and Banana Cake Pie. Still got both the McLarens, so there's not really many places you can pass around here. There's rain. There is rain. I thought for a second there that might have just flashed for a moment there, but yes, there is rain. Yes, thank you, Gavin. I can see that now, so there is definitely rain. So the weather may come early here. We'll have to wait and see. It may not work out well here as... Oh, no, there's contact between the McLaren boys. You're kidding me. Oh, no, that's the last thing you want to do. I think Nacho's made a try for a move at Larascas and it's failed. Well, I mean, he obviously tried to get it done, but coming out of the exit of Rascas, it's unfortunately worked out badly as Rock comes into the pit lane. I'm going to assume this is for an unscheduled stop here. So I don't think his front wing looked very healthy there. So that's not the greatest of camera angles to see the front wing, I'll tell you, Cody's, but this is very unscheduled. They'll have to make probably a quick dash on these softs before probably the weather gets even worse. But that's the last thing you want to do is tangle with your own teammate. It's one of the first rules I have with league racing. Do not one of the first rules is do not tangle with your teammates. So, oh dear, that one's going to be discussed, I think, later on afterwards. Anyway, so we'll wait and see. So I think Skinner Batata, I think he got away with the front wing damage. There was no end plates missing, but he still could have a little bit of damage. Jay Nachos has probably ended up worse out of that. He's got an end plate missing on the right-hand side, so he's probably got a little bit more damage, although saying that, he might be starting to close in here on Banana Cake Pie. If it will come up. No, it doesn't. It's just going to... No, it fixes itself now. 1.6 seconds that margin, so he is closing, obviously. Probably the tyre wear will start to factor into that margin. That might be the reason, so... It isn't quite fully wet enough. Volcanic another 3-second time penalty, so it seems to be doing that, I think, at turn 1 at Sandavot. You see Scotty is being under attack from the lap car of Metz. This is not what he wants, although probably won't mind if he lets Metz go through here. That was a tongue twister right there. That probably won't be an all too bad thing, I dare say, to let him go. Doesn't really need to do anything silly here. Not just as a chip on his shoulder. He's saying that again. I don't know what he had for breakfast this morning or for dinner, but I tell you what, he's on fire at the moment. That's just what you need, isn't it? A Ferrari ghosting inside you. Of course, ghosting is on, obviously, with the blue flag cars. But I think it's just fair to for Scotty to just let Metz go and just let him do his thing. So I missed who got the penalty there. As the pit window's open, apparently I think everybody might have switched to intermediates as Banana comes into the pit lane. Although this is for a scheduled stop on a look of it, so mediums for him. Away we go. That's not the one I'm looking for. I need to fix that again. Must have been Metz, potentially. Banana will drop behind Half King. Just let me quickly check. Who was the last one that got the penalty? I definitely saw somebody. Was it Volcanic? No. Somebody definitely popped up on the screen there, so unless it wasn't DRS disabled, I know that. Volcanic gets a move done on Kickbutt. That would have been a tricky one, as Kickbutt's got some end plate damage as well. So whether there was contact or whether he'd already got the damage, we'll have to wait and see, but Volcanic is pulling away. It's up into 6th place, so pretty much majority of these guys would probably light fuel the car because Monaco's not really a fuel track. As in comes Patuka, in comes Scotty, so pretty much following the 2nd place man as Will gets a 3-second time penalty. So you think he got a move ton on Half King. Might have been a little bit tricky there as there goes Patuka. I'm trying to find where Scotty is. There he is. So onto the mediums. Okay, so I don't feel like the weather's getting wet enough, I don't think, for to go into intermediates. So this could be potential, like I said earlier, that this may happen. Where obviously the weather, it pretty much stays like this, but it will stay dry for the rest of the race. So it'll be staying on the dry tyres as Will gets a front wing change. So you see Ned there, I think on the mini map, he's coming through to back as we speak. It's probably not an ideal time to pit at this rate. I might be dropping frames at the moment, guys, so I apologise. And that's just my net as typical. But I would not pit if I were Ned. I'd probably just stay out for another lap and just keep going. Got 24 seconds margin. It was under 23 seconds between he and Jay Nachos, who's actually just coming through to back, so they're just pretty much near each other. I think Ned could probably wave to Jay Nachos on the track somewhere along the line, but and it's Skidder Batata in 3rd. There's Patuka in 4th, who's now obviously stopped. There's Half King and Banana battling at the Novell chicane. That'll be tricky. Don't try around the outside, please. As Half King goes in a little bit deep, there's a little bit of contact. A bit more contact. It gets away with it. As Half King absolutely cuts the chicane there, so he might get a warning for that one. So they're closing up to Kickbutt very, very quickly as Kickbutt comes into the lane. Must have had a lot of damage, maybe, as he for him to slow that quickly. No. Oh, okay, intermediate tyres. So there's the first one. And we're seeing this gambling for inters. We'll wait to see how that one pans out. There's Patuka. Just closing up on the Skidder Matata. This might help Scotty out a little bit here as well. That's the guys his margin because there's not really passing opportunities around here. Get a much better drive out of here under the tunnel section. It's going to be tricky to do. The Novell chicane may present itself as an opportunity. But Skidder Matata just hanging on as race leader is in. Looks like he's heading for the medium compounded tyres. So anyone we've seen so far that's going to go intermediates, trying a gamble, is Kickbutt Kiwi. Of course, he's a reserve driver, so he can probably afford it. As Patuka gets by. Oh, Scotty and Skidder Matata were getting close to each other as well. Just get out of our way, son, I think they were saying, and just barge their, not barge their way through, but got past by Skidder Matata. It was a very interesting place to do the move anyway, but Ned comes out still in the race lead. The margin obviously will be halved, of course. With Jay Nacho still yet to pit, he'll probably push on till the potentially if the wet weather gets worse. So there's Patuka in 3rd. He'll be in relative 2nd at the moment, and Scotty on the podium as it stands currently, of course. So is it in the net P2s? I think that's what I was trying to say. Is Kickbutt looks like he's struggling on the intermediates, although saying that Kurt Boy, I think, passed him and then came into the pit lane, and now he's going onto a set of mediums. By the look of it, and a wing change. The front wing looked a little bit worse for wear there for Kurt. Kurt might actually go a lap down at this rate. I think he might actually. So there's Metz in the foreground, who may potentially go back a lap down again. He's on very old soft compounded tyres now. So now it's 8.3 second. March is obviously going to get bigger because obviously fresh tyres compared to older tyres show the difference. Patuka, like I said, it's a net P2. He's currently 3rd at the moment. And Scotty in 4th. Skidder Matata's in 5th. Still on the softs as he gets his first time penalty of the race. Longest one that's gone on the softs so far. There's Volcanic in 5th. Ahead of Banana, who of course is, I think, trying to get past Volcanic here at the moment, as there he goes around the inside at Massenet. So there's the move. This Volcanic's getting all over the shop here. He's got a bit of end plate damage there. I think I might have mentioned it already, but just in case I've forgotten. I think I saw earlier in the week with social post that he's actually making the move to PC. Is Oh, there goes Patuka. Here comes a penalty for corner cutting, and Patuka gets a time penalty for cutting the corner, and I think Jay Nacho's probably the same boat. So let me just quickly check it. Although saying that, I might have to hold my thoughts there for a moment as he thinks about it, going into Larascas, but no can do there. Might have to wait till the DRS zone. There's yellow flags. That looks like Half King is around in a very awkward spot. Oh, there's contact between Patuka and Nachos, and that was inevitable. That was always going to happen. Just that Half King gets himself spun back around, but Nachos has got even more damage on his front wing. He'll struggle to get through the corners now. The loss of aero as Scooter Batata's in for a front wing change. The same with Volcanic. Still plenty of front wings. I doubt there'll be any front wings left after this weekend. Like I said earlier on in the week, so Volcanic comes out in 11th, and Scooter Batata's in 9th as Will is split the two of them at the moment. Just seeing there might be a few dropping frames here, guys. Apologise, but this kick butt has retired, and it's a safety car. Who's the best view of this one? I think Patuka. And he's pretty much crashed in that same spot where Charles Leclerc did in qualifying. So now this changes things up a little bit. Does the track get wet enough here, potentially? This might be an opportunity for Jay Nachos is in neutral. I've done that many times as he comes into the lane. Metz has come into the lane to chuck on the intermediate tyres. Wonder if we'll see any more gambles. So another set of mediums will look for Nachos. He'll get his front wing changed. Probably worth a shot here. Banana's also in. The McLaren just leaves in front of him. So far, Banana, I think, has avoided a front wing change. Bags Liddell's in for another front wing change, and now a set of mediums. Rock's in as well. He's taken a gamble here, but it looks of it going for intermediate tyres. So obviously he's seen a couple of guys already. Kick butt was the first one to gamble, but it obviously didn't pay off because he's out of the race. Now Metz and The Rock are now got intermediate tyres on, so we'll see how this one pans out. Oh, there's a spin for Bags Liddell as he came out of the pit lane. So he comes a 5-second penalty for a collision. Don't want to get any more front wing damage. Oh, that's the worst spot there. And he's got more damage now, so it's the track starting to get a little bit more greasy, I wonder. Was that a reason for it, or did he just go out of the pit lane too quickly there and just missed his braking marker? That might have been the reason. Might have had a warning for exiting the pit lane. See, let me have a quick look at that one. No, he hasn't got a warning for crossing the pit lane exit, so he's got the 5-second penalty, which he probably would not want to for cop, so unless the track gets wetter, so he'll have to make another stop. As Scotty is in for a fresh set of mediums. He's got plenty of fresh air to do it, so can afford to do this. So take it nice and cautiously. Jay Nachos is back in again for a set of softs this time. Well, he'll have to do it, obviously, because he started on the mediums, so it'll be a very long stint, but don't be surprised if he tries to take that to the end. Excuse me, as he'll drop in behind Will. He'll be tight on the exit. Oh, as Will, I think, tried to push on, but I think he's got... No, he's got front wing damage. Okay. Just give me 1 second. I'll take a quick drink while we got up. All right, we'll have a after a nice quick drink. We're back. So Metz has come back in for the set of dries, so it's obviously not wet enough. So the Inters are the right tyre. There's Kurt Boy, who's a lap down. Obviously, he's stuck behind the race leader, so this is not going to help the guys behind. So Will's into the pit lane. So there'll be probably a lot of people who've seen this under the safety car that may take plenty of pit stops here. Let's see what Will's doing here. It's a front wing change. It's another set of mediums. I hope they got plenty of mediums up there, Grasp, because they're going to need it. Rock's still out there on the intermediate tyres. He's slowly but surely catching up. He's got both the McLaren boys right behind him. Nothing really he can do about it. They've just got to catch up to the safety car, really. And hope maybe the Inters maybe die off or something. Or, for in Rock's case, hope that the track gets wetter enough for him potentially to maybe take the lead. Although, if it stays sort of like this, sort of weather, and you can see the understeer there for the Rock. If it stays like this, stays dry enough, then Inters will start to wear out big time here. Quick look at the chat. Obviously, it's been raining for a while. Not enough for Inters yet, though. Yeah, it's probably fair enough. As Rock gets a 3-second time penalty. I'm going to say he was going to outbrake himself down there. Come on, Ned, stay with me. I may get the odd disconnect and reconnect thing potentially. If it pops up in my notifications on my laptop, then I'll know. It'll stay like this, Banana. So Gavin's saying the beers. Well, potentially. There's a kick button now leaves the session, obviously, because he's out of the Grand Prix. Do what Kimmy did back in, what year was it, 2006, I want to say? I think it was 06, or no, it was 05 he won it. 06, I think it was, where he crashed out or had an issue and pretty much walked straight back to his yacht. And just pretty much had to stayed up there for the rest of the race. So I love that one. You always love Kimmy. You gotta love Kimmy, don't you? But Rock slowly but surely, yes, he reckon he might trigger another safety car with those Inters. We'll have to wait and see. He's slowly but surely catching up. McLaren boys probably won't be too thrilled that they're stuck behind the Rock, but they've got really no other choice here. As he finally catches up, I think, to the safety car train. Let me take those Inters very cautiously. You can see the rear end loss there for Rock. A safety car's in this lap, so Bags Liddell may catch up. He'll have to push hard, obviously, but it'll be tough ass. So there is a lap car in between these guys, so pretty much there's no overtaking until the green flags wave. Well, the leader past the controller. You can see the back end loss there for Ned. He's trying to get on the power very early, trying to take advantage. So hopefully no one takes a time penalty. Hopefully Patuka doesn't get one, but they get past as Banana is getting past Graham. That was a tricky one. Don't tangle with your teammate. They got away with it. And he gets past into fourth. Like I said, there's lap cars. And I had a feeling that was going to happen. Patuka, 5-second penalty, ignoring yellow flags. So I'm not really sure whether that will be removed or not, as Rock is just dropping like a fly. He's dropped back to 12th now. And that'd probably be a reason why, because he's got front wing damage. So as Metz is trying to, well, he's cleared Kurt Boy for 13th, but now he's just trying to catch back up, past all these guys to get back on the lead lap for another safety car potentially. Half King gets a 3-second time penalty. Excuse me. I don't know what's going on with my voice lately, but it's 0.8 of a second now. This is the closest we've seen these two on track at the current moment. This is 1 second. If we start to pull away that margin between Ned and Patuka. It's still staying like this for the current moment, so it's not wet enough for for intermediates. Far out. But Banana is starting to close down here. This looks like Bags Liddell has got by Volcanic for 9th, so he's trying to make a comeback of sorts here. Here's the pretty much just another Renault car holding up two McLarens right behind him. So this time it's Grim Reaper. Two angry McLarens. I don't think Grim has pitted, or saying that, I think he may have. Excuse me. Oh no, not the McLarens again. Jay Nacho's on his Scooter Matata, his teammate once again. What is going on? God, they're going to have a fiery encounter, I think, after this one. I don't think Zach Brown will be too thrilled about this. Yellows in sector 2. Don't know what that's for. Is up the inside, goes Half King for a move. Scooter Matata will take a penalty for corner cutting. He has done a stop Grim, but he's on 19 lap old medium, so he obviously pitted, I think, lap 3 from memory. The DRS now is enabled once again. That margin is now 1.8 seconds between Ned and Patuka, so Ned is really loving the streets of Monaco at the moment. Pretty much, like I said earlier, is doing all he can really to keep this championship alive, although if it stays like this, then we've got a champion being crowned here tonight. There's obviously, I can't remember the point situation, seriously. I know we're only nearly at the end of the season, but I haven't forgotten about I've forgotten. No, I don't want to watch a stream. Not right now, seriously. Sorry, it's just one of my mates streaming anyway, so... or his notification for going live. So it's 25 points for a win and 16 for third currently, so... Yeah, done that hairpin. Must love that hairpin for some unknown reason. Did see on the, what was it, the F1 YouTube channel when they played the clip, what was it, from the crash from 2014 between Kimi and Kevin Magnussen. Didn't end well for either of them. So Scooter Matata and Jay Nachos are still at it, but this time it's a switch around. Oh, Nachos, big slide! Has he saved it? No, he's in the wall. And I think Half King may have got some damage. I'm not sure about Bags Liddell, but he's dropping down a bunch of spots here. Oh, Bags Liddell, he's having not the greatest of day. Virtual safety car has been deployed. Oh dear, what a day. I just want to see Half King, if he got any front wing damage. Oh yes, he did, so... Oh, really unfortunate there. So, but still, there's still opportunities. If everybody finishes, basically, they all score points. So, like I said, I may be dropping frames, so that crash may not have seemed like pretty clear on the live stream. I don't know why I'm dropping frames for some unknown reason. My net seems to be playing up. It doesn't usually play up. I thought it usually gets better with the later times. But anyway, and now he's trying the intermediate tyres now as Jay Nachos. So this is a gamble, but as he crosses the pit lane exit, so he probably cop a warning for that one. So we're back under green flag running now. I've missed that, obviously, under the virtual safety car. As Scooter Matata and Grim battle for position, and Scooter Matata to get that spot. Yellows in sector 1 and 2. That looks like the Rock, who's in the looking the wrong way here. And there goes an end plate on his car. So his day's really not going any better here at the moment. Keeps toing and froing that, so... Like I said, I might have to fix some stuff up later on as that's Half King into the pit lane, so this will have to be for the change of front wing, I would think. Volcanic is in as well. Oh, did he cop a drive-through? Must have done. Let me look through here. Where is he? Volcanic 8th, so... Yep, he copped a drive-through. Yep. He exceeded the delta time, so copped the drive-through penalty. That's what happens. As he comes out just near Bags Liddell. Oh, look at the speed there from Bags Liddell, who managed to just get ahead. Of course, medium, pretty much fresh medium tyres compared to, 9-lap-old hards. It'd pretty much be even, Stevens. Oh, Volcanic! That was a save and a half there in the background. Yellows in sector 3. I think that's the Rock, as he finally makes his way into the lane. Must have been just slowing into the pit lane or what, and he now retires in the pit lane, so he's had enough of Monaco. Probably don't blame him. At nearly 4 seconds that margin between Ned and Patuka up the front here. Been focusing on the midfield battles. I've been keeping an eye on this battle up the front here, really, but there hasn't been much of a battle too much. Patuka in second, Scotty in third at the moment. Ned's been pretty clean at the moment with penalties, so that's not too bad. Banana in fourth, Scooter Matata in fifth. Grim might be a tough ass to get to the end, but you never know, he might make it. Although he may come in and put on a fresh set of softs and go for the fastest lap, you never know. Yellow's in sector 3. I think that'll be Half King, who's in an interesting spot there, and he's got more damage on that front wing, so this is not really helping Haas out at the moment here. Might have to come back in again. Jay Nachos just looks like he's struggling on the intermediate tyres, so I don't think they're the way to go here on this track. So Smets gets a 3-second time penalty as he goes to the hards now, this Half King. Probably not an ideal situation with these conditions, but anyway, that's the way he wants to go. It's pretty much still 3.94 seconds, that margin, as The Rock now leaves the session. He's DNF'd out of this race. I think Half King nearly a lap down on Ned Hug My Dog, but might come under attack, you never know. We'll wait and see. He's on cold, hard tyres, so the blue flags will probably be waved. Of course, if you ignore the blue flags for, I think it's the next 3 or something, with those screens up to the top right, then obviously you'll cop a 5-second penalty for ignoring the blue flag. So obviously, as Volcanic gets another 3-second time penalty, obviously he'll now pull out of the way of the race leader. So he lets him by, so he's still in 11th at the moment. He'll still score some points as Nachos gets another 3-second time penalty. And, well, he's around at the Novel chicane. Where the hell is he? Well, that's, I have seen somebody else do this, as he's just reset the track. Well, I mean, there's probably no other option there, really, but could have tried his way. Would have been a weird 3-point turn, but he would have... It's intermediates is definitely not the way, and yeah, well, as he's out, and that's brought out the safety car. So this may change things up even more here. We'll wait and see. Does anybody else pit under this this safety car? No, Patuka's staying out. Scotty's going to take advantage of this. Why not? I dare say he's going to go for softs, because they might get the fastest lap of the race as well. So there's another person that on the intermediate tyres that's calls the safety car. Although saying that, Scotty's gone inters. Okay, this is a gamble and a half here. What else we got? This is a real gamble here for Scotty. This may pay off or it may not. So Banana's coming for the softs. Grim will take advantage. Obviously have the double stack. It's a fresh set of softs and a wing change by the looks of it. This doesn't work out for Scotty. He's dropped back behind Scooter Batata there in 4th. Well, basically, Scotty can't afford to DNF here. He cannot afford it. So he can avoid losing 22 points. So just doing a few maths here, guys, so just bear with me. So, see 25 points for a race victory. Volcanic comes in for the softs, so this might be a wrong... Well, you never know. Might be a master stroke, might be the wrong call for Scotty, but see, race win scores in 25 points, so... And even a fastest lap as Ned comes in, race leader. So Patuka's going to stay it out. And it's inters, okay, for the race leader. Interesting, is the weather getting just wet enough for possibly the time for inters? Where's Scotty going to come out? He's going to come out in front here. He is. Nearly bottles are coming out of the pit lane, but Scotty is in front. Only just, though. Because actually the teammates are pretty close to each other as well, so it's either going to work for one of the teammates. Yeah, either way, it's either going to work for the man in front here on the inters or Will on the mediums. So, but is it wet enough here? We'll have to wait and see. So that's just changed everything. So, I think I was saying earlier, like I mentioned, you can't afford to drop 22 points to Ned. So, let's just say if Ned had won the race and dropped 22, Scotty would need 13th or above, I think, just to take the championship victory. But now this changed things up dramatically here. So Scotty is in prime position, although saying that, he's got time penalties. Let's have a look at them. So Batuka, 11 seconds. That includes that 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. Obviously tried to pass a lap car before it went green flag. So I don't know whether he might take it to the stewards, but I doubt whether it get removed. So have to wait and see. Well, Scooter Batar's got 6, 3 seconds for Scotty. Ned's got nothing at the moment. Nachos leaves the session, obviously, so his race is going from bad to worse here. Will's got 9 seconds. Banana's got 3 seconds. Max Liddell's got nothing. Grim Reaper's got nothing. This may work out, actually, for the guys that have 0 penalties for them. They keep it nice and clean these last few remaining laps. We're on lap 30 of 39 here. They could finish in a very good high position here. So Volcanic, 12 seconds. Half King, 9 seconds. Metz, 6 seconds, and Kurt Boy 3 seconds. And I think Metz is the traffic in between Patuka and Scooter Matata, so of course he's a lap down. Of course, so this hasn't really worked out. There's all the pit stoppers. Oh dear, Kurt managing to just make it through the Sandavot. There's where we are with the stops at the moment. There's where up and down the field. Tom Charlson. That's right. Yep. Jay Nachos need to get banned. LMAO. This guy has purposely crashed / caused a collision 3 times. I've been watching his minimap marker, by the way. Definitely playing up. Well, you know, I'm not going to get too much into discussion too much. Obviously, I still want to remain friends with most of these guys, so I don't want to cause any dramas. So, I'll just leave it at that. The stewards may decide on that one. Who knows? But you see the movers and shakers. The safety car is in this lap. So biggest loser, obviously, is Kick Butt. He's down 7 spots. 3 each for Ned and Bags Liddell. 1 each for a few others. It's equal, actually. Scooter Batata and Half King up 4 spots. And 2 spots for... Oh, sorry. No, I take that back. Will's up 5 spots. God, what am I doing? As Kurt Boy gets a 5-second penalty for a collision with Grim. Got to be careful on the safety car. If that sort of thing were to happen, that's not the one I'm looking for. This is the one we need to keep an eye on. So, here we go. Can't pass under green until the green flag. Now you can. So, Patuka's got a good margin here. Would have had to take an advantage of that one. And now it's a battle with the championship contenders as Half King's actually retired at Rascash by the looks of it. Is it good enough for a safety car? Both the Bulls are in, and plus Grim, so they've gone inters on the safety car restart. So this is interesting. Kurt Boy going for another set of softs. So it's anybody's game, really. Lap 31 of 39. Are these guys starting to struggle on the dry tyres? The other guys on the inters starting to make their way to the front here as Grim gets a 5-second penalty for crossing the pit lane exit white line. You usually get a 1 warning for that the first time around, and you get a second one. I've lost my thought where I was going to go there, but this is going to pay out maybe for Scotty and for Ned, potentially. We'll have to wait and see, but... there's currently 4 people at the moment on intermediate tyres. What was it? Reaper just got creamed in the rear and copped a stop-go FFS. I know what that word means. So, not ideal for Grim, unfortunately. But he's on the inters now, so hopefully he can make up some ground here. Still looking like the dry tyres is the way to go here at the moment. But it's worth a crack of the guys on intermediates. And they're actually starting to pull away, actually, from... Will there in 5th, who is the next one on dries. So Patuka, race leader, lap 32 here. He's got a 1.4 second margin over Scooter Matata in 2nd. And Scotty is the leader on the intermediate tyres. And his championship rival, so it's what there's 1-2 in the championship of 3-4 on the road. No, that crash with Half King did not bring out a safety car, so we're still going green flag. So there's a lot of stuff happening under that. Would be surprised a lot of people got front wing damage. And so Ned's in 4th, Will in 5th. It's actually dropping back to Banana Cake Pie in 6th. Who has got the fastest lap of the race? That's the wrong one I'm looking at. So it's currently Half King with a 12.313. That was set earlier on in the race. Well, it could potentially be beaten. We'll wait and see. That's the wrong... Oh, Banana! That's a big moment, and he's hit the wall. And he's got himself front wing damage, so... It might still be dry enough, actually, for these guys, as DRS is still enabled. Well, is obviously back re-enabled once again. Oh, Banana... nearly, what more can he do, really? It must be time for nearly the intermediate tyres. So in he comes for a front wing change. Now we've got 5 guys on the intermediates. Ned's all over the back of Scotty, but nothing really he can do here to get past him unless Scotty makes an error. Jump aboard the back of him here. There is contact. Up the inside goes Ned. They are fighting for the position and a championship, but I think it's just fair for Scotty to just let Ned go. I think that's fair enough. Because pretty much Ned is pretty much the guy that's going to keep going and win this race. Scotty just needs to keep it clean. 13th or above is, I think, it'll be enough. Well, saying that 12th or above will probably be enough for him to claim the championship before the finale at Brazil. And let's see if Ned can make some inroads on the leaders. We'll have to keep an eye on this because this is closing. There's 4 laps difference between the tyres. So 17 laps for Schooner Matata and 21 for Patuka. Really, the only passing opportunity, with DRS is obviously on the front straight. That's probably one opportunity, unless you can try and make a move or hope that the guy in front makes an error. This Patuka gets very sideways coming out of Anthony Nose. Strap yourselves in, folks. We're going to be in for an entertaining final few laps, I dare say. It's very sideways off the corner there. 1, 2 and fro between these guys, but these guys have pulled away. Ned will probably try and close that margin down. And whether you have enough time. Well, at the current rate, he'll probably still win the race. So, Grim gets another 3-second time penalty. At current rate, he'll still win the race, I think, from memory. 2.6 seconds, that margin, actually. Where is it? Yeah, he'll definitely be winning this race. That's not what I wanted. I'll get back to this. It looks like he's still got some decent pace on the inters, as that's Metz in the foreground, I think that is. He's still trying to get his lap back. But he's currently in 10th position, so still looking good for some decent points. It's actually, Schooner Matata's just dropped away a little bit here, so from the back of Patuka. Patuka might be getting a little bit more better grip on the conditions. You see Ned has really got pace. Nearly doing like what happened to Turkey last year. And you're pretty much nearly on a... Well, DRS not been disabled. Let me make that clear. Kenny got another 3-second time penalty and Metz is in the lane. So just getting out of everybody's road here. So it was a dry tyre. Well, not like intermediate tyres. It's still on a dry track. And he managed to do it and nearly turned the tyres pretty much into dries. So that was somebody got a penalty there. Oh, I missed that. I'm trying to keep an eye on this. I've got to do it quickly. Oh, Schooner Matata looked like he was a bit tough through there, but he's hanging on. Only just, though. It was the latest one. Oh, Grim got a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. Was there contact there, or was that just a leaf? I don't know, but Scotty's just hanging on here. He's looking good at the moment. Currently in 4th. So yellow's in sector 3. I'm guessing that's Kurt Boy around. It is, as Grim gets another front wing change and going back onto the soft. So it's just toing and froing a little bit. You don't know whether it's wet or enough or whether it's dry enough. So Kurt needs to just make it through turn 1. Even with a damaged front wing. If he doesn't crash out and bring out another safety car, because that's the last thing a Patuka needs. Still got a margin at the moment. We'll have to start eating into that very shortly, because now Scotty's in this mix as well. Schooner Matata getting on the power. He's lost DRS, so he'll be in trouble here, potentially. His yellows in Sector 2. That's still Kurt Boy, who's at the Nico Rosberg corner at turn 5. He'll get away with it. Oh, Batuka get a little bit sideways through there. Look at the power. Oh, dear me. That could have ended badly for either of the drivers. I think Skinner Matata must have just got on the power a little bit too much there. But my God, that could have ended badly for both these guys, and even potentially Scotty, but this is bringing him back into the 4A. These guys have pulled away. They've got a good margin back to Will, who's on his own here at the moment in position 5, just pretty much doing his own thing as Volcanic gets a little bit of contact. I think he's hit the wall as Metz is trying to obviously unlap himself, and now he's just got in AI mode, so I don't understand why that's the case. When you get past the leader and then he loses the AI, go into AI mode, and he might just get past back here at the hairpin. This is obviously be annoying drivers. I know some people want to try and get back on the lead lap, but it's pretty much in vain, really. The nearest gap is about 37 seconds up the road, so it's pretty much all in vain. I just pretty much don't ignore the blue flags as Volcanic looked like he got a little bit sideways through there. As he locks up into the Novel chicane, he'll have to cut it. Get a 3-second time penalty for his trouble. Comes Bags Liddell, who's on, looks like he's got much better grip now on the intermediate tyres, so up he goes into 6th spot now. Can he maybe go even higher? We'll have to wait and see. Where's this battle at? See Ned trying to get past around the outside, but he'll have to bide his time. He needs to get the better drive off the corner. That's going to help if he goes a little bit wide. And he just cannot find a way through to Scotty's trying to get past Ned as well. Ned's still on, fighting for positions. Really, if I was Scotty, I just would not be bother fighting. I just watch these guys just do their thing. Like I said, Ned's probably still going to win this race at this point in time because he's got 0 penalties. Track almost undrivable on any bloody tyre. You're probably right there. So, do we reckon that the weather system needs a little bit of a fix-up at the next game? Well, I'm not holding my breath. So, a lot of people are saying the penalty system probably needs a fix-up as well. But I think so far so good, maybe. But you never know. It's probably driving people away from the game anyway. So, it's taken nice and cautiously through the Novel chicane. This is nearly becoming a 4-way fight now. Will's just basically on his own here. Although he's got pretty much got company as he gets another 3-second time penalty. Looks like Will's got the... sorry, not Will. Bags Liddell's got a much better grip on the intermediate tyres as Grimm's back in the lane again for another wing and another set of inters. But he's got margin, I think, over Metz. So, where's Metz? He's currently just coming through into Raskas now. So, into the Raskas Liddell. He's all over the back here. We'll have to keep an eye on that one as Grim gets another 5-second penalty for crossing the pit lane exit. As Bags Liddell gets up to the 5th spot now. And he gets a 3-second time penalty, so that's critical. Ned's got past, finally, Scooter Matata for 3rd. Sorry, for 2nd, I should say. But drops the Scooter Matata back to 3rd. He can try and fight on all he wants, but he's got, obviously, Scotty's got 1 less time penalty. There's Batuka in the foreground. He'll drop like a stone's throw very quickly here if he's not careful. Watch out for Bags Liddell. He's got speed as well, so keep an eye on him. On the penultimate lap, lap 38, there's Grim. He's a lap down. This feels like nearly one of those old F1 videos that I've seen in the past where nearly everybody gets lapped. It was in 2008 Great Britain when everybody got almost lapped. Scotty, now another 3-second time penalty. Now he's going to fight to get ahead. Look at Ned. He's going to fight hard. What's going on here? I have no idea what the hell just happened. Did he just caught a cut or what? I don't know, but Scotty's down to 2nd spot. What the hell is happening in this race? Is he potentially going for the win? DRS has not been disabled. I'll point that out. But as it stands, Ned will still win the race, barring any mishaps. We start the final lap of this race. Batuka has got some pressure now. Up the inside goes Scotty. There's front wing damage on his car. A little bit of contact, but he takes the race lead. What on earth is happening in this race? Ned's get up into 2nd spot now. On current rate, I think it's still Ned who will win the race. I reckon Bags Liddell might get a podium. Potentially second spot at this rate. He's only got 3 seconds worth of penalties. Scotty may hang on for a podium. It may be enough. What the hell is happening? Patuka tried everything. That's just Kurt Boy just trying to get past. Obviously, now you can see the struggle. I think the dry compound tires guys may be struggling a little bit. They tried. He comes back. Liddell, where is he? I'm trying to find him. He's not quite got the move done. Net goes for a move up the inside at the Novell chicane. Gives him a little nudge. Kurt Boy gets a 3-second time penalty. Where's Liddell? He's inside Patuka. But he gets it done. He's under the podium. He's had an up and down race. He'll be thankful he gets a podium. Scooter Matata got a 3-second time penalty. Where's this one at? It's one of the Renaults in the background. It's Grim Reaper. What an entertaining race this is. Scotty will win the race on track, but it'll go to Ned. It'll be good enough for Scotty to claim the RS4 Championship in Season 4. I think Bags Liddell will get second, potentially. No, he'll get third. So Scotty has done enough to claim the RS4 Championship in Season 4. So big congratulations to Scotty there. Patuka ends up in 4th in the end. Even with a 5-second removal, I don't think it'll be enough. Scooter Matata, that was a wing that just went there. I think that was from Will's car, maybe, as he crashed across the line. But Scooter Matata in 5th. Banana ends up in 6th in the end. Will gets 7th. As we wait on the rest of the other guys have finished. Metz in 9th, Grim in 10th, and Kurt Boy in 11th. We just wait on Volcanic, the final runner for this one, as he'll take it nice and cautiously. Hopefully he hasn't run out of fuel. He's got the red light on here, so I think he actually has run out of fuel, so that's just the way to finish the Monaco Grand Prix. God, this race has some twists and turns, doesn't it? As we come across the line, oh my days. I have seriously no words. What have I got myself into with commentary? Will gets the driver of the day, so good congratulations to him. But I don't know what to make of this race. Smash the like button if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the Race Spec Esports channel if you haven't already, because this is what you're missing out on, folks. I tell you what, this is entertaining to say the least. There's still another round to go here. So Ned probably maybe lets Scotty go, potentially. Let's just let him win the race on track. But of course the penalties cost him, because he knew obviously the championship was probably gone at that point. But man, in second place on the podium is your champion. Well, that was interesting. You're telling me, Banana. Everybody was like up and down like a friggin' yo-yo. I don't know what to say. Under 5 minutes time, I think RS1's starting, so just go tune into that one. I think the other races will probably be done at this point. I don't even know. Can we see the race results, please, Cody's? Please don't anybody else leave. We might not even see the final race results. Give us something. There we go. So don't leave anybody else. So Ned wins the Grand Prix from pole position. He finished second on the road, but of course Scotty got the penalties. He did enough in the end. He gets onto the he gets second spot and enough for the championship. Bags Liddell, 5 pit stops and he finishes on the podium. How the hell does that happen? Patuka in 4th, Scooter Matata in 5th, Banana in 6th with 4 pit stops. Will in 7th, obviously got the driver of the day from 10th on the grid. Volcanic in 8th, Metz in 9th, and finished a lap down, I think, in the end. And Grim rounds out your top 10. Kurt Boy, who finished 2 laps down, gets 11th. And the DNFers were Half King, Jay Nachos, The Rock, and Kick Butt Kiwi. I'm not sure whether Half King will get his fastest lap of the bonus point, but oh my days. I have no words. I think we shall end the stream right about there, guys and girls. There's still 1 round to go, would you believe? So smash the like button if you enjoyed it, as always, and subscribe to the Race Spec Esports channel if you haven't already. If you want to follow the all the social media accounts, they're down in the description below. Both Race Spec and my social accounts, if you want to come follow me and whatnot. But if you want to come and join Race Spec, like I said, there's only 1 round to go in the season. So, but if you want to come and join the league and get yourself prepared for F1 2021, then there's a link down below to the Discord link in there. But And I think there's a link to the GT Sport League there as well. I didn't actually know that was a thing, but that there was a Discord league, I should say. But there's a link down in the description. But yeah, like I said, RS1 is probably starting in about a couple of minutes. So if you want to tune into that'll be coming up with Matt. Hopefully that'll keep you entertained for that race. But we'll do it all again on Tuesday night with the regional leagues. I'll be back probably for Pacific and Tier 3 and 4 for one final time. And then we'll be back on Sunday for the final round of RS4 here at, well, not here, but where else do you finish but Brazil? That's basically it. I'm done. I'm going to end it now. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you.